he's handled.
So who should take him on
border
from the
situation.
Republicans, Kari? Who should take him on? Who's got the best chance of beating him?
Of course, you know the answer to that.
We think it's Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump.
But I would argue, genuinely, and I've known Trump a long time, as you know, I would argue he might be the only way the Democrats win the next election.
That's complete baloney. It's hogwash.
So Kari Lake goes on with Piers Morgan and discusses a lot of things. They discuss COVID. They discuss Tucker Carlson and Fox News. And as you see, they discuss the upcoming 2024 election. Piers Morgan seems to think that the only person that can't beat Joe Biden is Donald Trump. What a hot take that is. But then they get into the 2020 election and the 2022 Arizona election. Piers Morgan has some pretty dumb takes, but to give dumb takes is one thing. To give dumb takes in front of somebody like Kari Lake, that's a completely different animal because it doesn't seem to fare well for most people.
Like they did last time.
It's hogwash.
They've beaten him once.
It's hogwash. Really, nobody in America believes that election was fair. Joe
I do.
Biden didn't win 80. Well, you're not in America. Let me remind you.
Hang on. I do believe that, but not only. Never mind me. So do a lot of senior Republicans.
Okay.
Well, they do.
81 million votes is impossible. Joe Biden didn't garner 81 million votes.
He did. It was a free and fair election, and he won.
Well, you can say that a million times. It doesn't make it true.
Well, it's like your election in Arizona. Same thing.
Do you really want to argue about the elections? I'm happy to.
Only that you and Trump both refuse to accept the result of democratic elections. And I say to you, in all sincerity, I think it's a vote losing premise.
That's fine.
To keep saying I didn't lose when you did, you're better off going, I lost that time, next time I'm going to win.
Think about that argument. You lost, whether you lost fairly or you were cheated out of it, the only acceptable response can be, oh, you just say you lost and try again next time. So if they're pulling one over on you and they got you this time, just, you still got to say you lost. That's the rules. That's Piers Morgan as well as a lot of people, including the media, Democrats and Republicans on Capitol Hill. That's their viewpoint. Just let it go. We'll get them next time. No big deal whatsoever. Don't worry about it. That's not the case for Kari Lake.
Piers, I totally understand that. I understand what you're saying. And I would just ask this. When you voted, when was the last time you voted?
Here?
Yes.
In the last election.
Okay, so you voted. If you'd have shown up and they said you're going to wait 5 hours, and 61% of the polling locations had non-functioning equipment, you waited 5 hours, you showed up to vote, and the tabulator refused your ballot, and they said, you know what, go down the road, drive 20.
You have to prove
Would you
this.
be okay with that?
You have to prove all this.
We have proven it.
You haven't proven it.
We have proven it.
You haven't. It's been independently established. You haven't proven these allegations.
It's been independently established. All the fact checkers. This is what's crazy is he's allowed to say that kind of stuff. No, it has been proven. It is a fact that the wrong size ballots were printed to prevent them from going through on the tabulator machine. It is a fact. It's proven that 60-something% of voting precincts were down on election day. The people had to wait 5 hours in line. The people had to go from place to place and shove their ballots into box number 3. All of that is true. No matter what you feel about the outcome of the election, all of that is 100% true. And Piers Morgan's acting like, no, it's just made up.
I wish you were there.
You say you were robbed. Trump says he was robbed. I've looked Trump in the face, and I've liked Donald personally a long time. But I said to him, I don't know why you keep saying you won the 2020. Nobody wants to go back. Look forward. Offer America a positive future. Give them a reason to vote for you next time. Stop banging on about 2020.
The reason
and to you, I say, you're a rising... Look, you're great on TV. You're very personable. You're very confident. You had a little setback when you lost. Why don't you just say, you know what? All the greats lose. All the great sports people talk about the power of losing and then winning again and coming back. Why not take that position rather than saying, you know what? I'm just not going to accept it. I'm going to take my toys and run off home. And you're not going to play with them anymore.
I'm sorry that's how you see it.
What?
I am sorry
you know what
see
I mean?
It that way. I'm sorry you see it that way. The way that I see it and what I'm fighting for are the people of Arizona. And their vote was taken from them. We have corrupt elections.
You have to prove it, Kari.
May I speak?
You may.
We have corrupt election officials. we have corrupt elections. They printed the wrong image on the ballot on election day.
Why has it not
intentionally.
been established independently?
It
That's
has
what
been,
happened.
and Maricopa County has not rebutted that. They haven't. They have not denied that. And so I encourage you to take a look at our
Do you want to be
case.
senator in Arizona?
I'd love you to go to my Rumble page and take a look at our court case and see how it played out.
I've
you
followed
obviously
it.
didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay, let me ask you.
You've scratched a little bit of the surface to act like you're aware of what's happening, but you're
No,
unaware
I
of
just
what's
think that, like Donald Trump, you've got to produce the hard evidence, or you've got to stop claiming
what we've got
you
to
were
do,
robbed of the
Piers, what
election.
we've got to do is fight for fair elections so that every voter, I don't care if they're the most
America has some
liberal-
of the fairest
I don't
elections
care-
in the world.
I can't even deal. Imagine living life that way, where you have to, no matter what, no matter even if your eyes deceive you, you have to go with the official narrative, no matter what. Whatever they say, that's the narrative. You can't divert from that. You can't think differently. That's Piers Morgan. That's most of the media. When I say most, I mean 99%. I'm Andrew McLean, the Line Talk 99.5 and the Over the Line podcast. Check me out at andrewmcleanwho.com for all the updates and everything we got going on. Until next time, see you, cuz.